Everyone doing? Just jumping on to do a really quick live here on YouTube. Not too sure how many people will actually be around to jump on since it's unannounced, but I wanted to do an update on the channel and to talk a little bit about some of the things that you can expect coming to the Nullified Take channel over the coming weeks. And I also wanted to talk about Survivor South Africa. Obviously, the news just dropped that Survivor South Africa potentially has been cancelled. That has not yet been confirmed or denied when it comes to the official people that make the show, but the channel that hosted it or had the rights to it, that channel has said that it's not on its roadmap moving forward. And we'll do a more in-depth live of that later on tonight with both Richard from South Africa and also with Maki. And we'll talk a little bit about what we know so far. But one of the things I really would love for our channel to do is to get behind Survivor South Africa, because Survivor South Africa was an extremely big part of my channel's growth when I first started, and the likes of Leroux Botha and the people that work for Afrikaans behind the scene, they really supported the channel when it first started, when we had less than 100 subscribers. And that level of dedication to the fandom, I think, is something that is extremely rare when it comes to Survivor production teams and companies working on these shows. You know, they don't normally give that much back to the fans or listen to the fans. And let's be honest, we as fans can sometimes be very difficult to deal with. We've got our own takes and opinions on things, and we'd like to believe we're always right. We're not always right, but Leroux Botha and those guys, they listen to a lot of what the fans say, and they implement that. So Survivor Now podcast is saying we're still stuck in Survivor South Africa limbo at the moment. Yeah, it's true. We definitely are. We don't know what's going on. I think there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes, and they're still trying to find a new home, or there's potential talks of there being a new home for Survivor South Africa. I wouldn't be surprised if it does end up landing on a different platform if Mnet doesn't pick it up, because it is a really good show. There is a really big global demand for it, so it makes sense to me that naturally it should gravitate towards a platform that can market it and put it out there. But before we talk too much about Survivor South Africa, a little bit about the channel, because I also wanted to give you guys an insight on some of the stuff that is coming to the channel. Obviously, we're getting very close to 2,000 subscribers here. Being so close to 2,000 subscribers, we're going to do a special live when we get there. It's probably going to be something very similar to what Survivor Now did, where it was like this record long live at the end of it to thank everybody for sticking around. And we'll talk about all of the shows that we cover here on the channel. That is the Challenge, Survivor, Amazing Race. If you wanted to talk Traitors, I'm across most of the Traitors franchises except for New Zealand. I've got to catch up on that. And then also we'll be talking about anything else that you've seen here. Russell saying no streaming and driving. I'm not driving, I promise. I've parked. Danica saying I haven't watched it yet, but planning to. Hope it renews. I'm in a scout meeting, so I can't listen out. That's fine, Danica. Come back later on and have a listen to this. I just wanted to do a very quick live to talk about Survivor South Africa, and to get that back on, and also about the channel update. So a little bit more about the channel itself. With coming into this next season for Survivor 45, Survivor is one of our big shows that we cover here on the channel, and it's a show that I absolutely love. We're going to be doing extra shows this year, and we've got more co-hosts coming in as well. Streaming and driving, that's a mucky move. Not doing that, Mikey, not doing it. I parked, I promise. So what we're going to be doing is we've got a few people coming on board that you may have seen before on the Survivor Buffs. Both Coach Drew and M, who used to cover the Survivor Hot Takes on that channel, they are now joining the Nullified Take channel. I know everybody that follows this channel will make them feel welcome. They're going to be doing the main recap for Survivor 45 with myself and Jake for this upcoming season. And moving into the week following the main recap and review, we're going to have Kahuna, Maki, and potentially Verity, who you guys have yet to meet, Australian as well. And Tom, who is now a part of the Traders New Zealand, Traders Australia coverage, he's going to be covering the power rankings as well with that group. So there's going to be two groups that are going to be doing the main recaps and reviews. There's going to be another group doing the power rankings, and that is going to free me up to then hopefully have more special guests on the channel. I want to get more previous Survivor players, so there will be a bonus podcast this season. You won't get me on power rankings, but you're going to get me sitting down with Survivor players and also content creators to talk about the upcoming season of Survivor 45. And I'm very excited. There is a few great gets that I'm already getting early on that want to be involved, that want to come onto the channel and talk about Survivor when it comes up. One of them I'm bringing out of the Dark Ages. He hasn't spoken about Survivor for a long time, but he promised that he will come on to the show. So I don't want to talk too much about it. Fingers crossed we get them. But I'm hoping that this frees me up to do a little bit more of an additional bit of content for everybody on Survivor as well. So that's the big news. Obviously, outside of that, we've got the Amazing Race coming soon. That's going to be covered by myself and Michelle. We want to bring on the Amazing Race Australia for the first time to the channel as well, and we're going to continue to add more and more to this as well. Let me know in the comments as well if this stream is very laggy, because it looks laggy on my end. I'm not too sure. I've never really done this phone live before, so don't know if it's very laggy on that end as well. Talking about Survivor South Africa, I'm not going to make this too long of a stream because we're going to be on tonight with myself, Mucky, and Richard to talk about this. Like I said, just absolutely devastating. If you've never watched Survivor South Africa, still get behind this movement. If you want to know where you can jump on to support Survivor South Africa so that it gets picked up again, I did in the community tab for this channel, I posted a link to the petition to save Survivor South Africa. So please consider jumping on and giving support to that. The more people we get behind it, the better. It doesn't matter if you're not from South Africa. At the end of the day, we're trying to petition for it to be a global show so that more people can enjoy it legally around the world. Doing coverage of Survivor South Africa like I have been doing for the last couple of years, I always used to see that people would jump on it from all across the world and they would support Survivor South Africa content, but obviously they couldn't support it legally. So we'd love for it to be an opportunity for people to jump on and see it on a streaming platform that actually streams to all these different countries so people can follow it and support the growth of that franchise. Like I said, the people who sit behind this, the Leroux Bottas, we always mention his name, but obviously everybody else as well that are less publicly involved, or they're not as involved with the community or doing all these podcasts. Everybody that sits behind the scenes, they're very big fans of the franchise. So we really want to see this be picked up again because we know it's in good hands. And I just hope that if it doesn't get picked up, some of these people that have been working on Survivor South Africa, they find a home somewhere else where they can work on another franchise as well. So yeah, and there will be more about this, like I said, coming on tonight. We'll talk about it a little bit more, but hopefully everybody gets behind this. We've got nearly 2,000 subscribers here on this channel, and I want to get as many of the subscribers of this channel to jump in behind this movement. I will also be talking to Survivor Now podcast on their channel at the end of the week, and we'll be talking about the potential of what's going on with Survivor South Africa not being available. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there for now. I just wanted to do a really quick stream while I was around, and thank you for everybody that jumped in and listening to this later on. And like I said, check out the community tab, go and support that. Great content coming for Survivor 45, new hosts coming onto the channel, which hopefully will free me up to bring more special guests on for Survivor 45 as well. Very excited about that.